Hello everyone, my name is Chris McIntosh. I help teach the capstone courses. Today we're talking about describing the context of where your project is taking place. Before we go any further in outlining your project, it would be good to describe the setting and current condition of where your project is being conducted. This is the context. What do current conditions look like? What is the setting where your project is taking place? What is the patient population, staffing, and system affiliation? Who are the sponsors, team members, and beneficiaries of your project? Describe who will directly and indirectly be impacted by your project. You don't need to name specific individuals, but you can refer to people by their roles and titles. You could describe the process currently in place before you started your project. You might consider creating a diagram or flowchart. Is your capstone project part of a larger project? If so, describe how it fits in with the larger project or meets the goals of the organization. Describe any contextual factors that may impact the success of your project. Quality improvement projects should follow standard ethical practices in healthcare. Are there any ethical considerations relevant to your project? What are they? What kind of ethical review process is used for quality improvement at your location? Do you have any conflicts of interest? Find an article related to ethical considerations in quality improvement relevant to your project. Your assignment is to write about the contextual factors of your project mentioned in the previous slide. Use proper APA citations and references where appropriate. Be sure to cite and add your articles about ethics and quality improvement to your reference list. Include any tables or figures after the references section. Pre-writing for this section will consist of gathering the information needed to write an informative and complete description of the context of your project. Most of this information will likely come from your site preceptor or other individuals working on the project. You will need to ask them about these things and take good notes as you find answers. Work on a blank page and write a sentence about each piece of information. Organize your information in a logical sequence before trying to write your paragraphs. Selecting a suitable organizational structure before trying to write will make writing easier. Is there a chronological order to the information? Is there some sort of spatial way information relevant to the study is organized? Is some information about the problem more important? Is there a cause and effect component to the problem? Should things be logically presented in themes? There are many potential ways to organize and present information. Writing for this section will consist of assembling the information you gathered and organized during pre-writing into cohesive paragraphs. The context draft will eventually become the context section of your manuscript. I will be looking for well-formed paragraphs with topic sentences and supporting statements. AI prompts to help turn sentences into paragraphs and craft topic sentences are available on my GitHub page at the link above. You're not required to use AI tools, but they may help make the process a bit easier and produce a more polished and finished product. Here are some rewriting or editing tips. Graduate students are required to use Grammarly. ChatGPT is a useful editing tool. You can ask ChatGPT to improve individual sentences or paragraphs. Prompts to evaluate the comprehensiveness of content coverage have been written for each section of your manuscript. You should evaluate your text using the prompt at the link provided above before submitting your draft. This is a substantive pre-edit of your work. A prompt has been written to help you check your grammar and spelling. Skip the grammar and spelling prompt. Use Grammarly. Sorry, I didn't edit the slide well enough. Fixing your grammar and spelling is copy editing, just to remind you guys. It goes without saying that you alone are responsible for the content of your own paper. Never use anything without reviewing it first. There's a difference between getting help revising content you create and having another source create content for you. Professional editing services can cost between $50 to $120 an hour. It can save you time and money to use appropriate tools available to you. Reverse outlining is a good way to check paragraph cohesiveness. If you organize your text during the pre-writing step, this check will go quickly. Highlight your topic sentence. I usually use light gray. Topic sentences should be the first sentence or two of a paragraph. Then review each supporting sentence in the paragraph to assess how strongly each sentence relates to the topic sentence. Does each sentence closely relate to the topic sentence? Do any sentences deviate from the main topic of the paragraph? If you find a paragraph has more than one main central topic, you should consider creating new paragraphs so each paragraph has only one central topic. This section focuses on the context for your project. There are a number of things you should avoid in this section. Avoid naming specific individuals. Describe individuals using roles or job titles. Avoid a shallow description of the location where your project is occurring. You can often find official publications regarding how an organization describes itself to outside entities. Avoid a shallow description of the process in place before a project started. Are there any diagrams of those processes available? If not, you should consider creating them yourself. That's all we'll do in this video. There is more to come.